If you have been applying for remote jobs, maybe for weeks or even months, and all you are hearing back is silence, there is a tiny chances that you are actually committing one of these five mistakes. And honestly, most people aren't even aware that they are actually committing these mistakes. In today's market, remote work isn't just about a perk, it's a global competition. You aren't just competing with someone maybe in your own local space. No, you are actually competing with people globally, maybe people in Europe, Asia, or even in America. But don't panic because today I am actually going to show you what is standing in between you and that your hired email that you are hoping for, and how to fix this immediately. So let's dive in. Remote jobs are actually becoming very competitive, which means that the spray and pray method, whereby maybe you just send 100 application randomly and maybe get a response in one of them, isn't working anymore. That small mistake that you commit, maybe by sending an application to a local institution, doesn't work anymore. It's going to cost you once you send that application, maybe to an international company. So the good news is that all these mistakes actually are fixable. And if you stay up to the end of this video, I am going to show you exactly how to flip the card and make recruiters actually come to you. One of the biggest mistakes I see is a generic CV, applying to each and every role with that one same CV that you have. Think about it like this. If a company is looking maybe for a customer success manager and your CV actually says maybe administrative assistant, even if you have the right skills, definitely the applicant tracking system, the ATS, that I normally speak a lot about in this channel, is definitely going to knock you out even before your CV actually reaches a human recruiter. How do you go about fixing this? You actually need to mirror their language. If the job actually says maybe data entry, you don't need to go ahead and including everything and saying maybe general office work. You need to use their exact words. That's why you need to go into the job description carefully and mastering what they are looking for and the keywords they have actually used. A pro tip that I can share here is that you can definitely just go to any AI tool of your choice. And I have actually been speaking about this on this channel several times. Just go ahead and paste the job description in any AI tool of your choice and ask it something simple like maybe, what are the top 5 keywords that they have used into this job description that I can paste into my CV? It only takes maybe roughly 2 minutes, and the AI is going to give you a perfect description and what you're supposed to do. And once you do this, definitely your chances are going to be higher than somebody who did not go through it carefully. Mistake number two that I see most people are doing is actually ignoring the fine print. I know the feeling. Maybe you might come across a job saying that you are going to be paid maybe 200 USD per month, and you just go ahead and hit apply. Did you actually check about their time zone? Many remote jobs actually have geographical restrictions. They might say maybe remote, but what they're referring to, they actually need somebody specifically in that country. Sometimes it says that you might be geographically located where they are, or something like maybe JMT plus 3, and maybe you are not in that specific region. So definitely you are not going to be hired, not because you don't qualify, but because specifically they wanted someone who is in that region. And also sometimes they include some things like maybe they want somebody who has the legal right to work in the US. Especially this comes when they are looking for people in that region. Why does this matter? If you apply for a job that requires you to work in the US or maybe in the Eastern time zone, and you didn't actually mention it in your CV, specifying that maybe you are comfortable working in the evenings. Let's say maybe you are here in Kenya and there in the evening is when maybe they are active. So they will definitely just ignore your CV. How do we fix this situation? Do read the requirements very careful, because that is where all communication actually happens. Look for things like maybe they have actually mentioned into that job description, things like maybe Slack, Trello, or maybe Jira, and you actually know how to use them. Don't wait for a recruiter to come to you and ask for them. Try to mention them earlier on in your application. It shows how you have actually mastered that job description. Our mistake number 3 that I have seen is that people actually ghost their LinkedIn. One thing you need to know is that recruiters are actually investigators. So let's say you have written a perfect CV and a recruiter is actually interested in you. What they're going to do, they are going to go direct to your LinkedIn, because definitely you provided that link. If they found a profile, maybe just saying student, unemployed, or maybe you haven't aligned everything together, especially your skills, they are definitely going to lose interest in you. One thing you need to master is that in remote space, LinkedIn is actually your digital office. How do you go about fixing this? You actually need a searchable headline. Instead of maybe your headline reading something like maybe I'm looking for opportunities, structure it in this way. You can say maybe a virtual assistant, data entry specialist, or maybe just available for remote work. So a pro tip I can help you here is that try to make sure that you turn on the open to work notification on, and also make sure that it's open to only recruiters if you actually need to be discreet in this space. And also try to have a professional photo of you with clear lighting. Actually build trust the first time somebody just lands on your profile. Mistake number 4 that I see people commit is the 3-strike burnout. This one is actually emotional. I see actually talented people apply to 5 or 10 roles, then get rejected maybe in 3 of them, and they just stop applying anymore because they feel maybe they have been rejected all through. Remote job hunting is a numbers game of combined effort and strategy. Rejection isn't a sign of maybe you aren't good enough. No, it's sometimes just a sign of showing you that maybe your CV wasn't strong enough in that application, or maybe you were the 500 applicant trying to apply for that position. How do you go about fixing this situation? Try to have an applicant tracking system for yourself. If you didn't watch my video on how I decided to be curious on applying for remote jobs, I will link the video over here, and it is going to give you a background of what you are supposed to be doing. Aim for maybe just 2 quality roles that you see I am a good fit, and go ahead and tailor your applications toward that role. That way you are going to beat that system of applying so many jobs, and you will end up getting burnouts or just getting those rejections. Sometimes consistency actually gets you win, instead of just applying randomly and throwing your CV everywhere. The last mistake that I see most talented people are doing is the silent application. Most people actually think that once maybe you just click submit button, maybe your work is done. So I want to tell you this. Sometimes recruiters and the hiring managers are actually overwhelmed. They have actually received so many applications, and maybe your application feels like maybe it has just been buried or forgotten. How do you go about fixing this? If you haven't heard anything from them, maybe it has been 7 days and there is no any communication at all, it's okay to just go ahead and follow up. In my latest video that I just did, it's over here. I actually explained in detail. You can just go ahead and draft a simple message and ask whether there is any communication, that you really needed a response in the application that you have actually done. Following up, it's just that simple, and also in a professional way. Actually puts your name on another level. It shows a recruiter that you have these soft skills of proactive communication. And this is something that is actually huge in remote environment. My final advice to you is that getting a remote job isn't just about the smartest person in the room. No, It's all about consistency, strategy, and also how you present yourself. So, if you fix these 5 things that I have just talked about in this video, I promise you that your response game is going to go up. You are going to start getting those emails that you wish to hear in your email box. And my question for you today is which of these 5 mistakes have you been committing? Is it maybe in your CV or just in your LinkedIn profile? Let's talk about it in the comments, and I'll sure to follow up on each comment and fix any mistakes that we have all been committing. And I'm also excited to announce that very soon I'll be dropping an e-guide book for you, for anyone who is actually feeling stuck in their journey and maybe you are overwhelmed going through all these videos. That e-guide book is going to be your guide and is going to lead you on your strategy on what you want. And if you want more tips on how you can build your career that can let you work from anywhere, don't forget to like this video and also subscribing to this channel, because I always share such content every week on career growth and remote work. I am Lisa Remote 254, and I'll see you all in the next one. Happy hunting! Bye bye.